Hello everyone, so welcome to the PySpark Mastery series, and in this video I will be discussing a little about data, Hadoop and the Spark architecture. So starting with the data, as we know, like the way data is rapidly increasing, the way that we need to manage the data, it's like become so important. So like in the previous, like if we'll talk about 2 years back, the amount of data that we had, we used to use Hadoop, that was using the distributed computing and then resolving or maybe finding the insights for us. But there were limitations with Hadoop, that whenever you are like using the HDFS or the MapReduce thing in Hadoop, you are writing in the data into disk and then reading it back from the disk. It's a time consuming process. So that's where after some time the Spark came into picture, where we have this in-memory computation in place, which make it more faster and an easier approach to use. And coming on to the architecture of the Spark, so basically whenever a main program is there, right, it is following the three main important component, that is a driver, cluster manager and the worker node concept. So whenever someone is submitting the program, it will always submit to the driver node, where inside driver you will be creating your Spark context object, and from your Spark context object it will reach out to the cluster manager, and the cluster manager is the one which is responsible for managing all the resources, the number of cores, the RAM that needs to be assigned to the worker nodes. And then the worker nodes are the main nodes where exactly we are going to work with, or like where exact task is going to be executed, because your main program will always get distributed into multiple tasks, and then those tasks are getting assigned to your worker nodes, where in your worker nodes you will be having executor, and each executor will have some amount of the cores, like you can consider them as running parallel running thread, or the multiple hands that can run all together and run your task. And then once your task is completed, you will be returning back it to the driver node. And that's how the Spark architecture works. That's all for this video. Thank you. We'll meet soon in the next one.